The Trump administration has now paused issuing visas for people traveling on Afghan passports, as well as stopped processing all immigration requests from the country. Now, the new directives do go beyond just Afghanistan. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced that all asylum decisions will be put on hold until every single person is vetted and screened.
Breaking. 1 minute ago. Keir Starmer in full panic as Trump slams the brakes on 2 million asylum claims, exposing Labour's treasonous open-door betrayal. Oh, Britain, wake up! Just hours ago, across the pond, President Donald J. Trump, yes, the real leader we all knew was coming back, dropped a bombshell that's got the globalist elites sweating bullets. In a move straight out of the playbook of actual guts and backbone, Trump's administration has frozen over 2 million asylum claims dead in their tracks. No more rubber stamping. No more woke nonsense. Every single one? Halted until full vetting's done. Afghan passports? Paused. Green cards from 19 terror hotspot countries? Ripped open for re-examination. And get this, airspace over Venezuela? Shut down tighter than a drum after 20 U.S. Military strikes hammered the drug cartels and human traffickers running wild. Are you watching at Keir Starmer? That's the savage call-out from that viral X post that's blowing up right now, and damn right it is. Because while Trump's building the wall higher and tougher, your spineless Keir Starmer's over here in Westminster, fiddling like Nero as Britain burns under an invasion tsunami. Remember those Fox News clips in the video? That fired-up anchor laying it bare. There was no vetting. If you think there is, I've got a bridge to sell you. Spot on. That's the diabolical mess Biden's leftovers handed Trump, and it's the exact same filth Labour's shoving down our throats. Quotes don't lie. USCIS announcing all asylum decisions on hold until every single person is vetted and screened. Boom. That's leadership. That's protecting your people first. But Keir Starmer? This treasonous clown's too busy genuflecting to the ECHR overlords, those unelected Brussels pen pushers dictating our borders like it's 1066 all over again. Remember the Rwanda flights? Scrapped on their say-so, costing us billions while hotels overflow with fighting-age men fresh off dinghies, claiming asylum for a quick welfare jackpot. Disgusting. Vets sleeping rough on our streets, heroes who bled for this flag while migrants get 5-star treatment, free phones and priority NHS slots. It's a slap in the face to every Tommy Atkins who stormed the beaches. Tommy Robinson's been screaming this from the rooftops for years, hasn't he? Locked up for telling the truth. While Keir Starmer's mates in the Labour machine flood us with 1.2 million net migrants last year alone. That's not policy, that's surrender. Outrage doesn't even cover it. This is betrayal on a biblical scale. Trump's pausing visas for Afghan passport holders because, shocker, they might actually be threats. Rescreening green cards from Iran, Syria, you name it. Closing Venezuelan airspace to choke off the traffickers. That's the testicular fortitude Britain's screaming for. But what does Labour do? Yvette Cooper, that sanctimonious border czar, babbles about safe routes while small boats cross weekly like it's a ferry service. Over 50,000 illegals this year and climbing. Our NHS? Collapsing under the strain. Housing crisis? Migrants first, Brits last. Crime spiking in every town, grooming gangs back on the prowl because deportation's a joke under ECHR chains. Keir Starmer, you snivelling globalist puppet. This is your legacy. A nation overrun. Sovereignty shredded. And our kids paying the price. Trump's videos going nuclear, 126 likes. 37 reposts in hours because people see it clear as day. Real leaders act. Weaklings like you appease. The replies? This is what reform must do. Damn straight Nigel Farage has got the blueprint. Proper testicular fortitude. You bet. While you're panicking in no. 10. Dodging the backlash from your own backbenchers as pensioners rage over winter fuel cuts to fund migrant hotels. Britain, this explodes everything. Trump's not just freezing claims, he's freezing the madness that's infected the West. ECHR. Labour's sacred cow, but it's the albatross drowning us. Vets versus migrants. Who wins under Keir Starmer? The invaders. Every time. It's treasonous, diabolical, and it ends now. Rise up. Demand the boot on those flights, not excuses. But this is just the start. Trump's masterstroke is the wake-up call Labour can't ignore. The backlash is building. Part 2700 words. And it's ricocheting across the Atlantic like a grenade in a pigeon coop, hitting Keir Starmer square in the gob. Just look at the fallout from Trump's iron-fisted freeze over 2 million claims iced, Afghan visas binned, and that Venezuelan airspace lockdown after those blistering U.S. strikes on cartel scum. Fox News nailed it in that clip. No vetting. If you think there is, I've got a bridge to sell you. Trump's DHS chief, Kristi Noem's out there roaring about the radicalized Afghan shooter. Rahmanullah Lakanwal granted asylum under the last Trump term, but blame shifted to Biden's mess. We don't want those people. Trump thunders. A long time for the pause? That's code for until it's fixed, folks. And the world's watching, because this ain't just America first, it's a blueprint for any nation with a spine. Now, swivel to Westminster, where Keir Starmer's Labour circus is imploding under the exact same avalanche. Record high, 110,000 asylum claims in the year to September 2025, up 17% from last year, per Home Office stats. That's not a policy, that's a floodgate wide open, courtesy of your ECHR fetish, Keir. Over 36,000 migrants lounging in taxpayer-funded hotels, up 25% since you slithered into no. 10, while British families queue for years on council waiting lists. Disgusting. £4.76 billion blown on this farce last year. Down a smidge, but still enough to fund a proper border force instead of Yvette Cooper's Safe Routes fairy tale. Small boats? 5,151 kids alone crossing the channel. Half unaccompanied trafficker's dream. Courtesy of Labour's limp-wristed deals with Macron that ship him over like Amazon parcels. The reactions? Pure dynamite. Reform UK's Zia Yusuf torches it. Labour's warped priorities no better example than today's migration figures. Spot on.